Hey besties, I'm Luna Rosendorf, your designer BFF, and this is the Designer BFF podcast, where we talk to founders, creators, and builders about how they design their lives and businesses on their own terms. Today, I'm sitting down with Sami Alpert, founder of Beecham bags. At 19, she survived a tragic car accident that took her best friend's life and left the driver in prison. After 2 years of physical and emotional recovery, she made a decision not to sit in the pain, but to build something powerful from it. This conversation is about resilience, accountability, turning pain into purpose, and of course, designer handbags. Let's get into it.
Isn't it fun to just have a fun job that you like doing?
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love what I do. Like every single day, I just feel like I'm not working.
Right.
So sometimes I kind of feel like...
Because you're shopping. You made shopping your job and you get to have the bags come to your house.
Yes.
You get to play with them. You get to sell them to your friends or people that feel like your friends. And working in a visuals forward, aesthetics forward, art forward, style, fashion. It's really fun for creative women.
Yes. I needed a creative outlet. I don't think, I worked in the corporate sector for 10 years and I hated it.
What corporate
totally
sector
hated it.
did you work in?
So I've always done fashion.
Okay, wait, hold on. I want to actually introduce.
We kind of just jumped into it.
Well, that's for the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know what we're doing. Okay. We're artists. Okay. Because any woman with an eye is an artist. Okay. You can put things together and that is what we both do.
Well, thank you. I don't feel like an artist, but I feel
like furniture. You pick out bags.
Right.
You're showing us the best bag finds.
That's true.
It's such a fun job. I love it. And I'm so happy you're here on the Designer BFF podcast where anyone can come and chat and be my best friend in real life or just on the podcast, whatever is cool for you. But I'm so happy to have met you. One of our mutual friends kind of connected us, right?
Yeah. She kind of set it up. We met at an FIDF event.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, love Jewish women in business. That's also great.
Jewish women in general.
Jewish women in general.
Jewish people.
Jewish entrepreneurs, women. Yes. We love supporting the Jewish community
now. So we really,
we have been.
Loud and proud.
Loud and proud.
Yeah.
So anyways, we were connected through a friend who knew we were both going to be at the FIDF event and she wanted to introduce us just because obviously Luna does design and I guess what you said, kind of the artist creative space.
Yeah. Entrepreneur is really what it is. It's pushing yourself, marketing yourself and your service and your business. It's all you. You're not in corporate. You're not working for somebody else.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm a one-woman show, which is kind of hectic.
So what do you do?
Right, okay, what do I do?
Beecham
Hello.
Bags.
Yes, the name of my business is Beecham Bags, and it's a luxury resale online platform. A lot of my business is done through Instagram and Facebook, but I do have a website as well that you can shop on. But my favorite part about the business is honestly, and why I sell so much on Instagram and Facebook is I get to interact with my clients on a personal level. So yeah, and it's really, really fun. I shop, I sell, I authenticate bags, and
it's a whole to do. It's not as simple as I find something pretty and I'm going to find someone to sell it to. You have to know your stuff. You're responsible for a big purchase. If you sell something fake,
authenticity is the backbone of my business. Yeah. I wouldn't have a business without it. And I kind of chuckle to myself sometimes because I do get messages from people and they're like, is it real? What you're selling? And I'm yes, and I get why they're cautious. Right. And of course, if you just come across somebody on your Instagram or Facebook, you're is this person legit? But I can assure
she's
you,
real.
I'm real. Yeah, that I am. And yeah, to your previous question, I've always worked in the luxury sector and the fashion business. And I have a degree in fashion merchandising. And that all started on a journey with me in New York City. I've worked for some amazing fashion houses. So my first big girl job out of college was working at Gucci corporate. I worked at Giorgio Armani, Gucci. Yeah, I love it.
It's so fun. Is it a flex, in the fashion world, where you used to work? Is that a flex?
that was a huge flex because at the time that I worked there, I think it was like 2016 going into 2017, and they had Alessandro Michele as their creative director, and the brand was extremely hot at the time. So it was kind of funny because I was getting paid like pennies.
What did you wear to work at Gucci?
What did I wear to work?
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
how
God.
old were you?
How old was I? So I graduated college a little late, so I think I might have been like 23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Young and fresh, cute.
Yeah, I was still a youngin then, even though I felt like a little older.
Right. We all thought we were
I
old
was.
until we got actually old.
Yeah, they like all the people that I worked with, they were like, "Oh my God, you're so young and you have so much time." And I'm like, "No, I just want to do it all right now." Which I don't know, maybe led to me running my own business.
What's your horoscope sign?
I'm a Pisces, so I don't know. You tell me. You're well more versed
Pisces
in that
are
world.
like emotional, but they also get shit done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard like Pisces are definitely more like creative
So
and
two fish, right? That's the symbol.
water sign.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Water means emotional, like tears.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you cry?
oh my God, yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't cry a lot.
You don't cry a lot?
No.
I guess that's like
They're
who you
dry
are.
tears. They're there, but they're dry.
Okay.
They don't mess
No,
up
I
the
do.
mascara.
I'm very in tune with my feelings, and my husband knows that. So, but
She's a true Pisces.
I think
That's
I
so
am a true
cute.
Pisces. Yeah, like my mom is an Aries, so because she's an April birthday, I'm a March birthday,
Right.
and I feel like from what I've heard of what like an Aries is very organized. She is fiery. Hi, Mom. Very on top of her shit. Like she is a worker bee and she works 24/7. Like I need a lot of downtime. I need a lot of breaks, you know? So that's why working for myself also works out great for me.
Right. And then it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you wear to Gucci?
Okay. So what did I wear to Gucci? I don't know. Something like this. Sometimes I just wear like a sweater and jeans. I know that sounds really crazy. It wasn't as fun.
I feel like Gucci, you would have to be like edgy, like the snakes.
Yeah.
Like I would fit in at Gucci. I like Gucci.
Yeah, I can tell you, I definitely didn't fit in. Only because I kind of was like, you know, when people are like going against the
You're
grain
more
a little
of a
bit.
Chanel girl.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Always working like in luxury, it was more business forward. Gucci was the most laid back that I worked at. Like working at Armani, it was like suited. I actually went to an interview
Do you
after
feel like
that.
they have like personality types for each of the design houses?
Yeah, I think a little
so
bit. I think a little bit.
'Cause they're all
Oscar de la
artists.
Renta was very like, flowery. So I wore like a lot of
Love
florals. And, if you think about his dresses and
So
how Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton wear them like all the time. That's
were
like,
the
their number
people
one.
different too? Like at the flowery place, were they like nice and soft?
No, it's funny because
they're still mean because they're still business people.
Okay, well, so I will say Armani was the most in tune with like the personality. So it was very suited, like I said, and everyone was very serious there, but they were very nice.
Where's
and
Armani
Italian.
originate from?
Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Mhm.
Italian.
Yeah. And I actually loved it there, even though it was more suited, and that's definitely not who I am. I did really like enjoy that everybody got their stuff done, but they really coached me. I learned a lot there. They really like wanted to explain everything
So
to me in the process.
You mean when you worked in corporate?
Oh yeah.
So corporate for you still wasn't boring. It was still the design world. Like I worked in corporate.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I was at T. Rowe Price. So
That's corporate.
I was like boring. Yeah. That's like retirement plans. Like,
I could never.
Roll over. Let me tell you the benefits of tax-free investing and blah, 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 which I do find very
important.
And I've been doing a deep dive and learning more this year. But this is corporate for fashion.
Yeah. Right. So like, there were things that were so much fun about doing that. But, if you've ever seen The Devil Wears Prada, it's definitely a cutthroat environment.
Yeah.
You really have to like be on your P's and Q's. You can't just like, screw around and I don't know, like, I mean, I would assume like a lot of corporate environments are like that, but it's just kind of like if you make one small mess up, they're not as forgiving. You kind of really have to be on your game. And I think that kind of like bothered me like a little bit because I need room to make mistakes. I need room to grow. I need to be explained how to do things, especially when I was so new into the industry. And I did find that challenging. And have you heard of Kelly Cutrone before? She's from The City with Whitney Port, like the takedown show from the hills.
Cool.
So I actually have a friend who like worked for her. But when I was like thinking about moving to New York City after that show, which inspired my move a little bit, I was like, I'm going to be like a Kelly Cutrone and not give a shit like what people think of me. And like, I'm going to be like hard and like hard skinned and everything. Yeah, that's just like not who I am. Just
because you're
I think at the time when I was young, I thought I could be like that. And I did for like a little bit, and I did thrive in my like internships and then going into like my corporate role. But then I kind of learned like, you know, this isn't sustainable for like a lifetime, you know? And I think it's interesting. A lot of people that work in those environments, they really can't relate to how I felt. And I think that that was a good sign for me that kind of like, I was different. I did need to move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did you last in corporate fashion, and like which different places? Just call them out.
So some of them were internships. Like I said, Armani started out as an internship. I got hired to do a part-time role there after that, which was great.
Right,
and I was still in college at that time. So it was like really crazy balancing college and working there full time as well. I was there for about 7-8 months between the internship and the full-time work. And then Oscar de la Renta, I was there for a semester. That was my senior co-op. So I was there 4 days a week. I went to school on Fridays. So it really was like a full-time job there. And then
what were you studying in college?
I studied fashion merchandising.
Okay.
So I started out, actually, I'm from Florida, and I started out at a school in Florida. I actually wanted to be a doctor. And
you're actually like a professional fashionista.
I suppose.
You went to school for fashion.
I did. I went to school for fashion. So yeah. And I kind of always wanted to, but I was like really happy in my previous college environment before transferring to school in New York City. I didn't really feel the need for a change, but then I kind of had this big like life event kind of take place with me, which we could talk about, which prompted me to move to New York.
What happened?
Yeah.
And how old were you again? Sorry.
Okay. So this was when I was 19.
Okay. So young.
Yeah, I was really young.
So you're in college.
And again, felt like so old, but I wasn't. So I was in college, and I got into a really bad car accident with a few of my other friends. My best friend passed away in the crash. And yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay. Like, and again, I was 19. So I think that this year, it happened on New Year's. So I think this year was the 13-year anniversary, 14 years. I don't know.
Wow.
Kind of like once it gets that like long, it's like hard to keep track.
Yeah.
And so much time has passed. So it's like totally cool to talk about it. And I actually really, you know, it's like therapeutic for me to talk about it.
It should be talked about. First of all, it's your best friend. Like,
yeah, it was my best friend at the time.
I
met her in college.
Right? Yeah, I could remember her.
Yes. And a lot of what I tried to do after the accident was like really like honor her life and like kind of like fulfill the shoes that she didn't get to. So that was like a big goal of mine at the time. So I hope I made her proud. But anyway, so I was it was a really bad car accident to the point where I almost lost my life. I didn't. Luckily, you know, they saved my life, and I've had 15 surgeries from that alone. And I still struggle, you know, with some disabilities to this day. Wow. It's kind of funny because I feel like, not funny, but like, I feel when a lot of people meet me, they don't know this like about me. Actually, with my previous role that I left to do Beecham bags full time, I was there for 5 years, and I don't think that most of my coworkers there even knew this about me. So it's not something that I'm like opening the door and talking about all the time, but just because I find that it is a part of my life, but it's not like my whole personality. When it first happened, it totally was my whole personality. And I just kind of like couldn't believe I just like went through this crazy thing.
Your life blew up in front of you.
My life blew up in front of me. I lost my best friend, and it took me a whole year to kind of like literally get back on my feet and learn how to walk again. And I went back to school, to college, like a year to the date of the car accident. And then I would say about like another 6 months of physical therapy. So I was in physical therapy for about like a year. So I was in physical therapy for 6 months after I went back to school. And so I kind of look at that as my full recovery. But really, I think truly my full recovery, like physically, as best as I could be, was really 2 years. Because when I moved to New York City, that was also a really big form of therapy for me, not only mentally, but like physically as well. When I first moved there, I couldn't walk more than like 2 blocks without needing to like take a break.
So you moved to New York City after a tremendously tragic physical loss of friends accident.
Yeah.
Like that's not like a little deal.
It's not a little deal, no.
And you're 19.
I was 19 at
and
the
you
time.
moved to New York City?
Yeah.
City?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah. Didn't know anybody.
Okay,
So,
she's
just kinda like, I'm outta here.
Like, she's not staying home and crying to mommy.
Right. Well, when something like that happens to you, kind of like you get a second chance at life. You're like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I could sit on cry on the couch my whole life and like, okay. Or, you can go and make something of your life. And I got the chance to do that. And I'm very into also philanthropy against drunk driving. So like, let's not drink and drive, but maybe let's drink and party, but like, let's have a plan.
Yeah, Uber. It's so easy now, Uber.
Yes. And
like,
Uber
really.
was just coming out at that time, which is why it wasn't.
And now there's even like fancy Ubers. There's bougie Ubers. There's like off the grid ones. You can have a driver. Okay.
You can literally get
always
yourself
have
a driver.
a driver.
Yeah.
Wow. So in astrology,
Okay. Tell me.
there's something called your fullest point.
Okay.
And it's like a big turning point moment in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get an astrology reading and like they can tell you what your fullest point is. Like if it's an accident, a car accident, if it's...
Oh, well, that definitely was mine.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm so interested to like actually check your astrology and see what your fullest point is.
Oh my God.
Because
that'd
it
be really
definitely
crazy.
feels, and like, I keep harping on the fact that like you were 19 and I think of that as so young,
Mm-hmm.
but also just think about, I know this was still a tragedy, but like I'm very much a bright side person. It's a Sagittarius
I look at it,
optimist.
like I don't think I would have met my husband. Like there's a lot of things that happened.
That turning point happened so early in your life that like the rest of your life gets to be the aftermath, like the beautiful rebuild.
I had a little blog
nice.
called like Sammy's Second Life after that happened to me. And that was like a great form of therapy and writing. And I love writing and all of that. And who knows, maybe a book one day. But that would be interesting to like see the chart and see kind of like if that was my turning point, because for sure it was. And I mean, I think there are a lot of turning points in your life and you're always evolving and always growing, which is like what I'm doing with the business now, going into I think like last year was technically like I think it was like my second year. So I'm going into my third year now with the business, and it's just like, it's really growing and it's really, really exciting. And I have so many plans like for this year. So yeah, like it's really cool. I think there's a lot of turning points in your life and chapters that can be opened. And that was like a really big one for me. So I did move to New York and I went to college to pursue fashion merchandising. I was like, hey, like the doctor thing is not working out for me.
I was going to be a dentist so I could be an orthodontist.
Oh, wow. I wanted to be an eye doctor.
I couldn't get through chemistry.
Couldn't get through biology, like the first class. I was like, this isn't going to work.
That. I can understand animals and real things, but
no,
chemicals,
terrible with that.
Yeah. Balancing equations. No.
You'll like this. I took like a class and I don't know what it was called, but it was about rocks. And I did great in that class. Yeah. So
they taught rocks in fashion school?
No, this was pre.
Oh, in biology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It was like one of the science classes I like took.
Yeah.
Archaeology. I don't know. It probably wasn't called that.
Now you can just ask ChatGPT about every single rock and it tells you.
Right. Yeah. You don't need a class anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to go like dig up the earth with this class?
Anything I want to know is at my fingertips.
Yeah. I'm definitely like a big advocate for people going to like a trade school. I think college is great for some. I think for some not. But yeah, it was like the best choice I ever made. And I feel like New York literally healed me physically because I had to walk the streets. Like I didn't have an option, you know?
So the accident, we didn't really touch on your injuries.
Okay.
So what was injured? What's the disability?
So
it's hard to walk is what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. I have like some good days, some bad days, a lot more good days than bad days now. But, my biggest injury was like to one of my ankles, and they actually had to like put like, I don't know how gory you want to get.
Were your bones broken?
A lot of bones broken, a lot of metal.
Both legs,
both legs had injuries. My right arm was like the only one that like got out unscathed. My whole like left arm. Sometimes you'll see me on my videos. You're like, oh, her hand is doing something kind of weird. My left hand's like kind of paralyzed.
First of all, I never noticed anything, and I watch all of your videos.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying is like people don't notice this about me. So I kind of like chuckle about it because I'm just like, I'm like kind of secretive about my injuries, but I do like talking about it, and I think it's really important to kind of take something so terrible and turn it into something really good. And we see this a lot, right? Like, you know, with what's going on with Judaism right now and how we can kind of spin that into showing people how great we are as a people, you know, and so there's like that side of things. I think it's like
the only, like it brings us together. I'm still annoyed that we have to show everybody that we're great. Like, can't they just
right? Can't they just know?
Can't they just accept it? We're like, great,
but we don't have to show anybody. But I think like, you know, it's funny because the school that I went to in not South Florida, in North Florida is pretty like the more north you go, the more southern it gets. Sometimes I was like the first Jewish person that they ever met. Which was always so funny. And they're like, so, but you like celebrate Christmas, right? And I'm just like, no, like, they're like, what? Like they literally didn't know. So in that, I guess, and that's what I mean is just people who aren't familiar with Jewish culture, Jewish religion.
But at the same time, I'm also like really nervous. Like, are we going to get mean comments because they're going to be like, who are these two Jewish girls talking about designer handbags? Like,
you know what? It's okay. Like,
it's okay. We worked hard for them.
It's okay. Like,
how hard did she work for these designer handbags? She went to fashion school,
all the internships.
They're mean in corporate fashion is what you were getting at.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So she worked for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I love what I do now. It's so much fun. And one of my big reasons why I wanted to like start this business was I really wanted to meet like-minded women, which I feel like I have done. I've become really good friends with like a lot of my clients, which is super fun. Obviously, I've like met you through this and we've found like a common ground with like what you do for work.
Yeah, it's very like cohesive. It's like, I don't know anything about designer handbags. And I'm happy to just have an expert. And
And like, if you ever have any questions about any luxury bags, definitely hit me up in the DMs. Like I'm always happy to talk about it.
Yeah. I would love to like have you as a recurring guest on Designer BFF because
thank you so much.
Cell designer, I'm an interior designer.
I think I'm going to have Luna come over to my place and kind of redo my office space. So that's to come.
I like your office space.
I know, but we're gonna zhuzh it up.
Yeah, we could really like elevate it
for sure
with some more designer items in there.
Yeah,
because interior design also has like our brands and our really high end and just it's so fun.
Like I just redid my website recently and I love the website and I kind of want my office space to like reflect the website.
Yeah, your website is beautiful.
Thank you. Shout out to Amy at Whippo Studio. She was incredible.
That's awesome.
Yes. And that's like another thing too, is I really like love uplifting like women and entrepreneurial spaces. And then all my photography is done by Rachel Carey Photography as well. She's a local.
So you outsource a lot of the parts of your business.
I outsource some things. The photography and the website I did. But yes, the bags and sourcing all of those, purchasing, working with clients, that's all me. And doing the sales.
If you were to give anybody advice who wanted to do what you do, what's your advice? Do you think they need to go to school these days?
I don't, but I do think it's important to have experience. There are a lot of people in my space where I think that who doesn't love a luxury handbag, right? And so I think that a lot of women who own these businesses, I think that they kind of just like start them because they just like love handbags. But I do find sometimes with the girls like that they don't know everything that there is to know about the handbags and just about like the industry as well. So in a way, you do have to kind of gain experience somewhere, whether that's like an internship. I would say an internship's like a pretty good route. So I'd probably like advise you to at least try to do that. And you can go to school for anything. I think if you have like good business acumen, then that kind of can feed you into anywhere you really want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also business school. Like
business school is great and it's broad.
Business school route after the biology chem.
Oh my God.
What did I do? Right. Business. And I majored, I like did a double in art and fine arts. So I don't have a design degree. Like the interior design degree is a total different schooling. And for me, as someone who started my own business, I was always really self-conscious about that. And it's like now, 10 years later, I finally have the experience that I would have had if I had gone to school. Like I have so many projects under my belt that like,
It's amazing.
I know from doing, not from learning.
Right.
Which
you
was
have to
good
get
for
out there
me.
and do.
Yeah. Cause I
have to get out there and do.
I can sit in a classroom and I can even like do really good on the tests, but then I'll like forget the information later.
Yeah. And I think like fashion merchandising school, it was like, you know, fashion school in general was a really good stepping stone. But I would say my best part of my schooling was that school forced me to get 3 internships by the time I graduated.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned everything,
Yeah.
you know, and the schooling part is just it's a piece of paper.
Right.
So where were we? We had to take a little break.
Yeah, took a little break.
Mom life, you know, little phone call.
Yeah,
but we're
like
back.
we have kids coming home from school
Yeah.
in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
Right. So let's talk about that for a second.
yeah.
Your own little flowy freelance schedule, right? So
Yeah.
you're your own manager. And then you're also of your business, which is like a legit business.
Yeah.
And then you have a child.
I have a child,
And
a
what's that like?
toddler. I think doing what I do is very helpful. And being a parent, I definitely need like that flexibility in my schedule to also be like a good mom for him.
Right.
Yeah, like working in corporate where I just would not have the ability to be able to be there for him as much and be as flexible. I try to kind of like pin down the things that I need to accomplish for the week, but I don't necessarily create a strong schedule for myself right now. I think in the future, once I have kids that are like grown up, I think that will be a lot easier for me. But for right now, I'm like, okay, these are the things I have to get done for the business this week. And I just try to accomplish them throughout the week when I can. Of course, like when I sell things, I'm typically running to the post office like same day or next day. So that always cuts into like the schedule as well. Trying to like just go out and do that because I don't want anybody, you know, sitting there for a long time without me shipping their item. They're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
We expect
yeah.
fast service.
fast
Because we're
service,
just
if you're
so
spending a lot of
excited.
money,
You're
and
excited
you're
for your new bag and like,
Yeah. Yeah. 1,000%. So I think it's so great that I have that capability to be free with my schedule. And, you know, like the kids are off from school on Friday and Monday. And it's like, okay,
there's like,
I'm going to be
never
the
a
one to
full
watch him. You know, my husband works full time. So
And that's
someone's
nice.
got to do it.
That's what your kid wants.
Right. And we'll do something fun together. And
What do you guys do together?
what do we do together? I take him to like Sky Zone after school sometimes. We'll do Hyper Kids. We'll always try to do like a fun activity. Like Mondays, I have to go grocery shopping. So I save that for after school. It's like a little activity.
You go with him.
I go with him. It's not always fun, but you know, like it fills our afternoon slot.
It's hanging out. You have to make chores fun when you're a mom.
Yeah.
Like, you have to
and you
chunk
got to let your
things.
kids kind of fit into your life too.
Yeah.
You can't always just be bending for them. It's a balance,
Yeah.
you know. I'm very big into having a balanced life. Like you can never be too extreme one way or too extreme like the other. You know, I think being kind of more middle ground is like a really nice space to be in.
I'm always like multitasking. So like what you said, like get your kids to do what you like to do. Like I like to put on makeup and get pretty and take pictures and film.
Little girls,
My girls do
that's
that
a lot
with me.
easier for you.
Yeah. Also, my older daughter, she's also a Sagittarius and like loves all the things that I love, but even more. So she's always down. She's a fashion show.
I love that. She's the little designer BFF that you have there.
Yeah, they both are. My other daughter too, she's a Taurus, which are very into like the finer things in life. So like the designer. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know how to refer her to when she gets older.
I want to hear about what drew you to fashion to begin with.
So with the car accident, I've always been into fashion first and foremost, but with the car accident, you know, I was kind of like laid up in a bed for like a year and I was like, man, I like don't want to like look like crap like this for the rest of my life. And so a lot of what I did was like, just like going online and looking at fashion, and my grandmother was like a really big inspiration for that. Like she always had like the September issue of Vogue and we would always go through it together when I would like visit her. She was fabulous, that one. So I like just looked at fashion like a lot in my free time because I had all day to do so. And I was like, ooh, like when I recover, I'm going to wear this and I'm going to wear this and I'm going to be fabulous and live this and that. And so like, that's kind of what drew me to the fashion space. And then of course I watched the show I was telling you about with Kelly Catrone and Whitney Port, The City. And I watched all that and I thought, oh, like how cool is it to just tell people like fuck you basically. And like, you know, kind of, I had like a little chip on my shoulder at the time and I can handle the cutthroat environment of the fashion industry, which ended up not really being true for me. But you know, like I said, we all grow and evolve and we have stages of life. So yeah, that's kind of like what drew me to the fashion space. And I also was born in New York City.
So it was kind of just like your rainbow on the other side of the recovery from that.
Yeah.
It was like, wow.
And I always knew I wanted to live in New York City at some point because like I said, I was born there, but we moved to Florida when I was 1 year old. So I never got the experience of living there. So I always kind of like felt drawn to the city and we had family that were still there. So we went to like visit them all the time and like, I just loved it. And I was like, man, like, you know what they say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And I was like, that's going to be me. And like, that's what I want to do. So I made that a reality once I kind of went back to school and saw life was like so much different than it was before the accident. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make something for myself and go do that. And, you know, it was just like the best choice that I could ever make.
So I want to know what the personalities are like inside fashion. Like you're working so closely to like actual artists who have figured out how to mass produce and monetize luxury goods that they designed. Like that's also kind of a big deal. Like the fashion house owners and people who are up there. So what are those people like?
Very big personalities and everybody has their own shtick, you know, like, and they're very serious, like about what they do, which I kind of was like, not so serious. I'm kind of like a big goofball and like anyone who knows me like knows that about me, like that I'm like silly and I'm not as, you know, maybe as professional that way, but yeah, a lot of big personalities in fashion and they all kind of think that they're like the designer themselves, even though they're not. And hey, that's okay. That's kind of like what drives the fashion industry, you know? And I think that like, that's great for them. Like I said, there's a lot of cutthroat personalities, like, you know, kind of make like one little mistake on a spreadsheet and like, you know, someone will be down your throat, like yelling at you. And
I mean, that's how you have to like run. When you have big teams, you need to like keep them in check. It's a form of management is like being strict so that people are scared to make mistakes so that they work harder and they don't make the mistakes.
Right.
And if you're not, you have to like,
but I learned through my mistakes too. So that was like really challenging to me. And I also don't like really being told what to do. And, you know, I think that's why this is like perfect for me to work for myself just because I want to like carve my own path. And if I'm going to make a mistake, I'll do it on my own dime and my own accord. But a lot of big personalities. And you asked me before about kind of like what Armani was like. It was very suited and everyone was very serious. Gucci, like you said, it was very edgy. Think about that time frame. If you are familiar with the fashion world of like 2016, 2017, Alessandro Michele, Gucci, like everyone was like bright colors, very more camp. It was like really cool to be in that office environment. And a lot of people, they got stipends to go shopping at Gucci, like through their role if they were customer facing. So they got, and that's why I took that job because I was not getting paid anything to really be there.
Right.
But
it's for the perks.
Yeah. And yes, the perks and the cloud and being able to say that you worked there. And I only lasted a year there. But yeah.
Which was your favorite place?
My favorite place to work was Armani, which sounds really funny. And I also liked Oscar de la Renta a lot too.
Yeah, he seems nice.
But I think the people really kind of make it go round. He had passed away right before I had been there. But his like, daughter and his daughter ran the company along with her husband. The daughter is lovely. She's really an amazing person.
They're not Jewish.
They're not Jewish. And then I also was there at the time when Fernando, and I think her name is Laura, they came in as the creative directors about a year after Oscar had passed, and they had worked with him directly. So that's why they chose them. And they're the owners of Monse, if you've heard of that brand. You would love them. They're really edgy.
Yeah,
They're really cool.
I have to go look them up.
But yeah, so I was there when like they came into the space. So it was like a big turning point for Oscar. But I loved Armanica because they really kind of like showed me how to do everything.
Okay.
And that was like my first
so
major
they invested
internship.
in you as an employee. You have to invest.
They did.
The
And I think that that's really
training,
important.
Yeah.
That's really important. And one day, like when I do have employees, that's going to be a big thing for me, is kind of like teaching and holding their hand and being respectful of them and their time and their work-life balance and things like that.
It's
that's
hard,
very
by the
important to
way.
me.
I'm at that stage where I'm trying to hire employees, but I need to put in the investment of the time to train them.
Yeah, it is a challenge.
And I'm like just trying to keep going. So I'm just like, let me show you. We learn by doing here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Learn by doing.
Yeah. And I think that that's okay as long as there's like a respect level of like when they don't understand something, like of being like, hey, let me break this down for you. You know, I think that goes like a long way. And like I'm a doer and I learn through doing and through seeing, and like I'm a very visual learner, like even in school and everything. Like you couldn't give me a textbook and have me learn. I'd have to like
So are you a
experience
perfectionist?
I think I used to be a lot more of a perfectionist, and I've kind of grown out of that a little bit more. You know, even like in corporate, I had a really awesome manager. She was like, I understand you want this like presentation to be like perfect because you're sending it to the higher ups, but like set an allotted time for yourself and do what you can within that time and then send it off. If they have more questions, they'll come back to you. Right. And I feel like that's been really important for me to take through my journey of kind of being, I don't know, not an entrepreneur, but like a small business owner, because I can sit there and make everything so perfect because, you know, you want to have a strong presentation when you are small, but like if something doesn't happen and people ask more questions, that's also great. I get a lot of interaction and I've made a lot of connections that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm getting tired. We're tired moms, right?
We're tired moms.
Gosh.
We work hard.
We work hard. We're tired, but we like don't act tired during the day. Like we keep trucking.
We keep going.
Keep going.
You just don't want to see me at 7 a.m. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm super tired then.
I started waking up early this year.
Oh, well, that's huge.
Yeah.
I'll maybe do that in like 5 years from now. I don't know.
I need the time. I need just like time by myself.
Like ahead of the house.
Ahead of the house. Ahead of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, well, you have 4 children. I have 1. I think, you know, when you have more to manage, sometimes like you have to put processes in place to like be able to do that. So like, you know, I don't think I have to necessarily as much. So that's why I don't. But I think if I had like 4 kids, then I would. But
I said, you know what, when I thought about having 4 kids, I was like, you know what, I could do it. I'll be really organized because you have to be.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
So yeah, I'm kind of being like forced into being a little organized and like planning what I'm going to feed them.
Creating routines, like that's very important too. You know, like I said, it's like, I think when you're an entrepreneur or you run your own business, like you do have to be regimented in like a way, and you have to, and
it's
kind of create that schedule for yourself. It takes
a minute for the creatives.
It does take a minute. I always have to ease into my day.
Like I'm not a type A person because you wouldn't get the creativity. You know,
I'm so not type A. I'm so not type A. And then like corporate,
but you give type A, like,
okay, but that's really nice of you to say that. Like, come to my house, you'll be like, oh, she's not type A. But, I think certain things with my business maybe, but like, it's funny because like in corporate, that's what they want. They want you to be very type A and on top of things. And I'm like, what if we did it this way? What if we did that way? They're like, okay, lady, like relax. Like, you know, but yeah, no, I'm definitely type A, but like you said, it's to have that creative outlet and be able to switch gears more on the dime. And
so the year of the horse.
Tell me about that. You mentioned that a few times
or something. It starts the 17th. It's the Lunar New Year. So we were on the year of the snake where you shed things, and it's more of a hard year, but it's a really transitional year. It's a really strong year. Like snakes are strong. I have snakes. They're strong. They're survivors. Like we can forget to feed them and they survive because they're snakes.
It's wild.
And then when they grow, when you feed them, they shed. And so we're at the final shedding right now of the year of the snake. And the year of the horse is ahead. And the horse is very tied to me as a Sagittarius because our symbol is the horse. And we're always needing to be in that constant motion.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be like synced up with the year of the horse is exciting. And I'm just like, coming through with a podcast with a total rebrand. Like I shed myself as interior designer that wasn't enough, right? Interior designer who didn't go to school, who doesn't really know what she's doing to, no, I'm interior designer who knows what I'm doing. I've been around the block. You're been
capable.
Here for 10 years in the interior design space. Like it's coming up this summer, my anniversary of putting my business cards on my Instagram. Like, so the business had started already. And then it was like when I announced it to the world. And
yeah, that's always a crazy feeling.
Yeah. So, and now it's kind of changing and it's going to go different places in Year of the Horse. What are you hoping for with your Year of the Horse?
Yeah, I Beecham Bags, I started it at the end of 2023, really only started like activating the business at the beginning of 2024. And I was working my corporate job that whole time. And then I left that job in September 2024. So last year was like my first full year in business, like just doing it on my own without my corporate career and really being able to invest the time. And now I'm in my second year of that. And I've seen so much growth in my business. And so now I'm like, okay, how do I keep it going? And how do I keep it fresh and new, not only for myself, but for my clients as well? And so I'm hoping to do live shows and expand that way. And I really love this sentiment that you're getting into because it's kind of like shedding past, right? With my car accident, with being in corporate, kind of unlearning what I kind of learned in corporate in the sense of sometimes I feel guilty for not being super productive during the day. If I have a down day where I'm chilling more, I'm still always working and I'm always thinking about the business. Same. But if I'm sitting on the couch and doing that, I kind of feel like a bum. But it's you know what? I do need that time to recharge. And that is okay to kind of take that time so that I can the next 4 days be super active in the business and be fully invested with it. And so I'm kind of shedding that old skin and those old ways and then kind of coming into this, the Year of the Horse, like you said, strong and doing the live shows and upping my inventory and bringing the best in class to my clients. And so that's what I'm hoping for in the Year of the Horse is just continued growth and more connections. And so happy to have met you. And it's just been such an awesome connection between design and luxury goods. And
And this Year of the Horse, it's all working out. Everything is aligned. The Year of the Horse of charging force at super speed. If you catch on.
Right. You got to get on the horse.
It's synced up with what's happening right now. AI. Okay. AI is taking crazy. Over. So you can hop on the Year of the Horse is basically hopping on the AI train and amplifying your business and simplifying your business process, which makes it that you can grow in other ways creatively. And then as a creative, as a Sagittarius, as a Pisces, as someone with that real human touch, there's your double strength because now what does everybody want in the world? They want a real human.
Right.
And that's what we are. We're the real humans behind the brand.
And I love that's why you're doing the podcast so everyone can kind of see you and
see other people. I love meeting other people and other entrepreneurs, other personal brands, other people in design. I'll be interviewing interior designers that are local here. I'm so excited to sit down and just talk with women and men in this age of technology, Year of the Horse.
Well, that's why I wanted to do this because I feel I kind of want to put a face to my brand and kind of have people like get to know me more intimately.
Wait, let's talk for a second. Put a face to your brand and AI. What's your favorite thing to do with AI, Sami?
I love that you brought that up because I was going to go into it anyway.
So cute. She has the best AI content.
I've been trying to create AI content where, because I feel like I'm just an everyday girl and I want to show the bags off in a lifestyle setting. So I have been creating AI images with the bags. I'll upload a photo of the bag so that it's like accurate, but then I explain like the scene to AI of like what I want the image to be. So like I have a photo of like a girl, like in Paris and she's shopping at a flower market, but she's like holding her Goyard bag.
I love that one.
I have a girl in Italy.
She's wearing, wait, you forgot. The leather jacket says Beecham on the back, embossed.
Beecham,
like,
yeah. I'm like,
that,
I think
right?
maybe of course.
You gave that prompt. Like you
I said, put Beecham on the back.
What did you use? Which program?
Nano Banana, which is Google's
okay.
Gemini. I've used ChatGPT in the beginning, but I think Nano Banana is like a little bit better.
I need to get
and I was a little nervous to use AI, to be honest, because I hadn't seen anybody do that before. And I didn't want people to think I'm trying to create like a fake illusion.
Everyone's going to be doing it.
But I've gotten so many compliments on it.
You're one of the first.
Yeah, I've gotten so many compliments on it. People are like, I love it. I think it's so cool. And which makes me feel great that I'm like, okay, because I'm like, yes, like my goal is to not like say, okay, this is the condition of the bag or whatnot, whatever. But like, I just want to like be able to show off that like, hey, this is how you like use the bag.
This is who you will be when you buy this bag.
Right.
This is how this bag is going to elevate your life. It's going to turn you into a person who travels here.
And bags, all bags have different functions. Like, you know, you might have one to take out at the nighttime. You might have like your big Goyard tote that you're, you know, and you're a mom and you're trouting that along with your 4 children and you have all their stuff in it. And, or you have like, I brought a couple bags, like you have this cute little baby.
These cuties.
Yeah, this cute little baby. I didn't bring the crossbody strap. This is the Capucines from Louis Vuitton, which is kind of like their highest.
I love it with this look.
But that looks great with you. Yeah. It's, the highest level of bag that you can buy from LV. It's pretty exclusive. And the leather is.
I love this detail.
Yes. Those are like the flowers.
The flowers, the logo flowers in house.
Gold embellished and it's a super cute bag. It fits your iPhone, not an iPhone Max. Yeah, you can take that out and then you can put that in the front so you can cover up the LV.
Or you could give it like 2 different looks, like the little
exactly. It's like a 2-in-1 look. And there's a crossbody strap that goes with that and you can wear it crossbody.
These are so cute.
They make that bag with the gold and without the gold, but obviously I love the details.
Yeah, the studs. Is it leather on the?
Yes, leather on those rings. Yeah.
Okay, and how much does this on sale for? How much are we selling it for?
So that bag, oh my God, I have to remember the price. I don't want to be wrong. But I think it's anywhere from like I think it's in the 5,000 range. But this bag retail from LV brand new sells for $7,000. So it's a really good deal. And this bag is like in almost like new condition.
It's literally, it's
there's like tiny little like marks at the feet, but that's expected because you're putting it down.
It's like
little rub. It's like,
and I'm not being like one of those whatnot people. I have a very good eye.
Yes, I call out
I'm like
everything.
Your authenticator on live.
Yeah, I don't ever want to like create the illusion of something's like brand new. Then of course, like I'll say that. But if excellent use condition, it means it has like tiny little things.
It's literally gorgeous.
But it's perfect otherwise.
And that's what's awesome about you that you're not on whatnot too.
Yeah.
Is you have these, we're showing you how amazing it is in real life, in person, but you can still take your time to think about it. And you don't have to like impulsively jump on it and buy a whatnot bag, you know?
Right.
So there's pros and cons. And I feel like I could see you hosting occasional whatnot sales to like clear inventory. And those would be hot sales to join because you would like,
well, like back to your
same quality level.
Yeah. Well, like back to your point about being a mom and having to be like flexible, like, you know, with your, your schedule, like, you know, that's why I haven't been able to do like a regimented like schedule. And I feel like you kind of have to do that to be successful on whatnot, have consistent shows, but it might be something where I do it like twice a month and it's, you know, people can get on the impulse train with me.
Put the routine on it for you too.
We'll work that all out. It's all in the ear of the horse. Yeah. And then I brought one more because Luna actually messaged me about this bag.
Show me anything pink and I want it.
This is super fun because it can go, here, let me try to get it. It can go crossbody or it can be worn on the shoulder and it does fit an iPhone. It's really cute. It's caviar leather, which means it's not going to like bang up as bad as like a lambskin.
Maybe my husband will get it for me for Valentine's.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
So cute.
It's really cute. resale, this bag goes close to like 5,000. And when you look at the comps, and I'm selling this for $35.50. So it sounds high, and it's a microchip bag also, which means that it's 2021 and it's funny because a lot of girls are like, it's so fun what you do and you must be able to wear the bags everywhere. But I genuinely, like, I try not to wear the bags out because I want them to stay in the condition that I got them in.
I'm like actually nervous. I don't want to.
No, I'm not trying to make you scared. I'm just saying,
I'm also
like,
scared to own it because my daughters are going to steal it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to say no to them. So they're going to be walking around the house with this Chanel. I won't let
But I can help you, like, if you bang it up and stuff, like, you can refer you to somebody good.
Do you think I should take my Whatnot one to get cleaned? Do you think they cleans it and like got it touched up, or I could get it improved?
So you can get it touched up.
Do you know any places around here to go?
I would actually not. I don't know anything around here. I would just send you to Rago Brothers in New Jersey. You can ship it to them.
Okay.
They're great.
Rago Brothers. What does it cost? Like, what do you think they would charge me?
I think maybe like $350
to like
$400 to repair, repaint, restore.
They would be able to get that stain out?
Yeah, I think they would. And if they can't, they'll tell you. Yeah. But you send the pictures before you even like send the bag off to them so that they can.
I feel like I don't care enough. Like, I like it a little dirty because I'm going to use it more.
So I sold a bag to a client.
I would do it when I want to sell it. Is when I would go to Rago Brothers. Like, I would be like, I'm done getting this knocked around because I am a mom of 4, and then have them fix it up and then sell it.
You have to be honest about that it was like spa touched up, when you go to resell it. But
do they give you paperwork for that, or?
You know what? I'm not sure. I mean, you'll have your receipt from like purchase. So maybe like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah. I've got all the info. So.
Well, this has been so much fun hanging out with one of my designer BFFs, Sami. Sami, where can everybody find you? Where can they buy your bags? Keep us in the know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so thank you so much for having me, first of all.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Yes. This was amazing. So much fun. Okay. Where you can find me on Instagram. That's where I do most of my business at Beecham Bags. That's BeechamBags. That's on Instagram. It's also the same on Facebook, Beecham Bags. And then my website is beechambags.com as well. Not all my inventory makes it to my website. So that's kind of like a little confusing for some people, but that's just because things sell pretty fast. I have a channel
right.
and Instagram, and I always post there first, like when I get new inventory. So I try to share with the people who are in that channel first.
Right.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
I always post there first so that my girls who are following me and care enough to join the channel, are the first ones to be able to access the goods. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. This was amazing.
Yeah, good vibes, good interiors. Designer BFF.